and fill our room like this. We don't normally get this many smiling spectators. So, but to continue the program just a little bit, I'd like to invite up a couple folks to maybe talk about their program, what it means to their schools and that kind of thing. First is District President Camilla Castilian here.
Yes.
Bishop Sutherlin, please come up. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Camila Castillon-Gordian. On behalf of FFA members across our district, I just want to say thank you for recognizing FFA Week and for supporting agricultural education in our community. FFA has truly shaped who I am. When I first joined, I would have never imagined I would be where I am now. And through FFA, I've gained confidence, learned how to lead, and found a passion for serving others. But I know my story isn't unique. Across our district, there's students discovering their strengths, building friendships, and learning skills that they will carry far beyond just high school. FFA is more than just agriculture. It's about preparing young people to step up, work hard, and give back to their communities. It teaches responsibility, resilience, and the importance of being involved. And in a world that's constantly changing, those lessons matter more than ever. Your support has showed us that what we do is valued and that investing in students truly makes a difference. We are incredibly grateful for that. Thank you for believing in agricultural education and in the future of our generation.
Thank you. How about FFA District Vice President Noah from Sutherlin?
Good morning. My name is Noah Magana, and I am representing the Sutherlin chapter along with our district, Umpqua district as well. I wanted to thank you guys for inviting us here today and for your official proclamation of Douglas County's National FFA Week. National FFA Week is about more than just wearing the blue corduroy jacket. It's about celebrating an organization that is preparing the next generation of leaders. Being a part of FFA ensures that the students will thrive in our society. This organization gives members the opportunity to exit their comfort zone and grow into wonderful young men and women. National FFA Week advocates for the role that all members have in their community, whether it be food drives, service projects, or just lending a simple helping hand. FFA installs a belief built on community service. FFA is worth more than this blue jacket. It's worth learning to do, doing to learn, earning to live, and living to serve. Thank you for believing in us and supporting us in each of our journeys.
Thank you. Come on up, Wes. We're going to have something from our FFA advisor from Umpqua District Advisor, Wes Coffin.
I didn't have to pay for that clap. That wasn't bad. So thanks very much. I don't know why I should have to follow the students. They're really the expectation of what we have, right? And that's the face here. But it's also just a great example of what we're trying to achieve. And so on behalf of the ag teachers in the room, I just want to say thanks very much to the commissioners for having us today. I think today it's not a one-time thing when it comes to our interaction with you. And so our thanks is not just for today, but for a year long of consistent and authentic support for what ag education does and for what FFA does for students. And we see you all year round at judging events and supporting activities, and that really is appreciated for sure. What we're trying to do is just make sure that when we're done with our time with these kids, that they leave, they're ready to be useful citizens in our democracy, that they're ready to be participants, and they know here in the real life expectations, the real life experiences that we can provide them through career and technical education, that they can have a voice, that they can have influence, and that not only are those powerful, but it is seen and appreciated by our community. So thanks very much for your time today and doing this for these students and what you've done in the past and will continue to do in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else that would like to say something? Nobody has to, but we have time if somebody would. Sure.
Good morning. Thank you very much for having us. I'm Ben Kircher from Glide High School, and apologize for maybe copying Mr. Crawford a little bit, but I, for one, want to say, and to everyone, one of my favorite parts of this job is the opportunity to work with young people and teaching the essential skills of everything from business, production, agriculture, and forestry, and more important skills every day, I think, of interpersonal communication and shaking hands and doing business face to face, and those kind of skills. And also thank the county for their support, and to our commissioners that truly put money where their mouth is, because not only they're here, and I thank everybody for their time and taking away from their daily activities to be here today, but also I know the county commissioners attending anything from fair activities to our dinner auctions and supporting financially out of their own pockets to help all of our FFA members on their road to success. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for the opportunity to be here and supporting what we do in our mission. So thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Anybody else like to? No? Mr. Freeman, any remarks?
Well, what an amazing morning, but like others have said, it's not just today. It's all year long. It's all the events we get to go to, and it's all the things we get to see you doing. The most recent one I think we went to, and I believe it was the Sutherlin one. We do so many, it's hard to keep track. I think we got a Roseburg one coming up. At each of those events, the way you represent yourselves and your school and your community is amazing. We're always excited and happy we get invited and excited to be there and really witness what is some of the best youth in our communities. And we look forward to your futures. We look forward to those coming in behind you. And we are always here. If there's something that we can help you with, please don't be afraid to reach out. We truly do appreciate the effort you all put in to this program, but also in a very, real way, what you're gonna turn into in the future is important to this community and to all of us. So thank you again for being here. A very, very long time ago, I was involved in the Oakland FFA, and it was a really important part of my time in school. So again, thank you all for doing this.
Yeah, so just in closing, again, thank you for coming here. I tell some people that every time I go to one of the judging competitions, I go out of there just kind of blown away with just how well you do and how well prepared. And I've told some people that, and I tell them if you ever get a chance to watch one of those, it's pretty amazing. We support FFA not only personally but at the county because of who you are and how bright our future is because of it. So, but thank you all for coming here. We're gonna go right into our regular business meeting, and you're welcome to stay. It's not very long, but if you want to leave, you can too, and that's up to your advisors or whatever. You do whatever you want to do, but I'll give you a couple minutes here if you want to leave.
This is like a 5-minute meeting.
Yeah, we'll just do.
Chapter 1986, secretary.
See?
That's awesome, Jeff.
Chapter of 1.
Except for we had to borrow jackets, we had hand-me-downs, we didn't get our own jacket. Because we had name tags. So, oh really? Yeah, that's funny. So no, I'd love to have one.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming.
We'll send all the photos and stuff. to
Safe
you
travels
guys.
back.
Safe travels, yeah.
Yeah, did.
Well, they're
All right,
awesome.
they probably just soon stay. They don't have to go back to school or
I was
something.
gonna say, I
right?
can't believe it. We'd be done by now.
Yeah, right. True. All right, well, the next item on our agenda is the consent agenda. We've got some just routine items that we are gonna go through here, and I would move to approve our consent agenda.
I will second that.
A motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, I'll call for the question. Commissioner Freeman?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, and the motion passes. Next item on our agenda is citizens' questions or comments. Anybody like to comment on anything we got going on today? But online? Nothing?
Nobody online.
All right, we'll move right into the meat of it. Next item on the agenda is a Public Works Department item. It's a contract. This is a contract between Douglas County and Bearcat. Etenire International Company, and is for some service to the Bearcat oil distributor that we use when we chip seal these roads. And I would move to approve this contract.
I will second that.
A motion and a second. Any questions or comments? No. Seeing none, I'll call for the question. Commissioner Freeman?
Aye. Chair
Votes aye and the motion passes. Next item is also a Public Works contract. Read the number on this one. It's 300020906, and it's between Douglas County and Quality Fence. And it's for goods and services needed for any fencing product we might have to do, and its expiration date is 12/23 of 2026. And I move to approve that contract.
And I'll second that.
So, motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, I'll call for the question. Commissioner Freeman?
Aye.
Chair votes aye and the motion passes. I think we got a couple off agenda items.
Letters of support.
Yeah, did you wanna talk about those or?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, we have, they're very similar. One's from Roseburg and one's from Yoncalla. And they're letters of support in their efforts to secure grants for some infrastructure improvements for their water, for the drinking water system. And so we are, saying that we definitely support their efforts, and I would move to approve these letters of support.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second. Any more questions or comments on it? Seeing none, I'll call for questions. Commissioner Freeman?
Aye.
Chair votes aye and the motion passes. I guess was short. Commissioner's comments.
Just a couple quick things. So I won't go too deep into these, but recently people may have seen in some of our press releases some stuff around the O&C work that Douglas County's involved in. And the first thing that we were able to announce is an effort that was almost a 10-year effort to reinstate the historical funding formula for timber receipts off the O&C lands back to the 75% to the counties instead of 50%. In the numbers that we use to explain this, I know the 18 county number, but I'll talk about Douglas County's number. So we use one of the lowest years of timber harvest in the current resource management plan, which is about a 10-year window. Just using those numbers, it moves the timber receipts from about $8 million to $12 million, just that one action. So that's about a $4 million gain every year moving forward if they harvest no more timber than the little bit they've been harvesting each year. However, we know they're gonna harvest more timber. The president directed that to happen, and it's happening in real time. The second part of that work is the current resource management plan has lots of flaws in it. I won't go into all of them. Those flaws include the simple illusion that somehow you can lock up timberland and it'll freeze in time and never change. It's like you take a snapshot of it and then that's the way it is. They do what's called a reserve. The problem with a reserve is that it keeps growing, and it keeps growing too much, and these lands are overstocked. So they're gonna do a revision, which is basically a rewrite of the resource management plan, and that is something we have worked very hard to get done. I started talking about that with the new administration almost a year ago. It was announced that we were gonna go through the process of doing a revision. The Association of O&C Counties is working to become a cooperating agency, and we will be involved in that rewrite. There's some very clear directives from the Department of Interior to the BLM, talks about post-catastrophic event salvage, so pick up the dead logs and plant new trees. Talks about lowering the fuel load out on these timberlands to a more traditional level. There's over 50% more wood on those lands today than there was in 1937. So bringing that fuel load back down to keep catastrophic fire from destroying all these timberlands, as we've seen this increased amount of fire activity. And it also talks about supplying lumber to mills. We've had, I think last year, there were 7 mills in Western Oregon closed And each of those mills talked about the lack of timber supply. There's a tremendous need for timber supply. The Archie Creek fire, all the private timber that burnt in the Archie Creek fire and other fires and the Labor Day fires during 2020, all that wood was taken off and run through mills, and that changes the cycle of private timber. So there is a currently and moving forward a big deficit in the wood coming in to keep milling going and to keep supply of lumber coming out of the mills. The American Forest Resource Council, the industry group, claims, and their stated numbers, there's currently 1 billion board feet of excess milling capacity in Western Oregon. So there's a huge amount of need, for the timber to the mills. There's lots of milling capacity, and all that translates into a lot of great benefits. A great benefit for the timberlands to reduce the amount of volume of overstocking that's out on those lands, which improves the habitat and improves the water and the air. Every summer we're having to breathe the smoke because these lands are overstocked and burning. It also improves the economy, so people have jobs. And it also improves the revenue that comes to the county for us to provide vital services to the public, such as senior services, veteran service, law enforcement, and other really important things we do here. So these are really great things that are happening. I know it all kind of gets, caught up in arguments and stuff, but this is long overdue and very much needed. And more recently, yesterday, Congressman Bentz announced and sent a press release out that he's drafted a bill that, and has introduced it, that basically restates the historical interpretation of the ONC Act. So much of what we argued in our legal case back in Washington, D.C., and won in the D.C. court and then was overturned in the appeals court, is that the terms and the language in the ONC Act seemed very clear to us. But remember, it was written in 1937, so words and meanings of words sort of change over time. So he just basically drafted a bill that uses today's terminology to reflect what the historical interpretations of the act has been. So we're very excited about those three things that have happened. It's literally been a decade of work that I've worked on. I know Commissioner Kress and Commissioner Boyce have also worked on versions of this and continue to understand the importance of this. If the resource management plan rewrite, let's just say it goes from, the current 205 million board feet that's required under sustained yield harvest on a land base that grows 1.2 billion. So about 18% of the new growth is all that's being harvested under the current plan. So if it doubles, that $12 million goes to $24 million. If it triples, it goes to $36 million. Even if it triples, it's less than 60% of the annual growth. It's still a very achievable, very low amount, and we're still adding fuel to the timberlands at 60% of the annual growth. And that just changes fundamentally the way we can provide services here at the county. So I'm very excited about it. It is, in the entire time I've been on the ONC board, and now in my 10th year as the president, is the most exciting and success that we've had. So I'm looking forward to the next few months, the next few years, and how this is going to make things better here at Douglas County.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I got a quick question for you on that. You mentioned that extra 1 billion in milling capacity that the mills have here, and I'm assuming that's an annual number?
I'm sorry. That's what happens with milling is as the need increases and they can put on extra shifts, they can work, run the mills quicker, faster, more people get employed, or when there's less demand, they throttle back. And we're of course in a down cycle right now in the economy, but the milling capacity doesn't come and go with the economy as long as they can keep some wood going through. But yeah, that number that AFRC uses is an annual capacity, and that sounds like a lot, but as an example, Rob Ferris and his mills up in Lyons, Oregon, they could buy every bit of 1 billion board feet a year, just that one company. Wow. So these numbers sound big, but when you look at what grows, again, 1.2 billion board feet grow on only 2.1 million acres. It's just a little tiny bit of ONC timberland compared to what the national forest system is. So we grow timber here in Western Oregon better than anywhere in the world. And it's gonna grow whether we manage it or not. And nature's gonna manage it through catastrophic fire, through bug kill, through drought, or we can manage it like we did for a very long time and have very healthy public land. So the last 30 years of not managing it has proven to be really, really awful for the timberland and the national forest systems. You can drive anywhere really from I-5 going east in Oregon, and you can see that devastation in real time. You drive up the Umpqua and you see it. That is an allowance of overstocking of lands, and then it's also after the catastrophic fire, just leaving that timber to rot. The timber had tremendous value. In 2020, all the fires, the Labor Day fires in Oregon, left approximately $2 billion, with a B, $2 billion worth of public timber to rot on the land that could have been taken off the landscape, could have been run through mills and made into wood products. And more importantly, those lands could have been replanted with the money generated from harvesting that dead wood off of them. But the decision was to leave it to rot. And, the carbon and all the other problems that will happen as those trees rot and fall and cause problems for the next 50 years we'll be dealing with. So this resource management plan revision, at least on the ONC lands, seeks to correct some of those mistakes.
Almost seems criminal, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Said before, thank you for all your work on this.
Well, thank you. It's like I say, we work as a team here at Douglas County.
I see we've regained Sutherlin, it looks like, maybe more. So before we adjourn, what do we got going on, Wes?
So we just wanted to thank you guys so much for your continued support to the Sutherlin FFA chapter. And we have these signs as a token of appreciation. We know you guys were there representing and giving so much at our FFA alumni auction. So we have these signs for each one of the county commissioners, and we just want to give to you guys and say thank you so much for everything you did for us.
It's very thoughtful.
Very nice, yeah.
Have you come up and present those, your whole group, would be awesome.
All the way back. Bracket it.
Some of us go behind, or can we all fit?
I think we can sit down.
Okay.
Got enough
Just
here, I
on the
think.
other side of Commissioner Kress here.
Yeah, you can do that too.
We see you all.
Keep coming in, we got enough here?
Yeah.
Sorry, I think you guys.
Yeah.
There
Here we go.
you go.
We can get them all.
Yeah,
Noah, do you wanna switch places
with Lion.
with Lion? Yeah, there we go.
Come on in here.
There we go.
Alright,
Much better.
alright guys, on 3, 1, 2, 3. A couple of these, one more, 1, 2, 3. Alright, thank you.
Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Is there somewhere I can put these?
Right, we'll take them right here. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
One for the boys too.
Yes, there is. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Now. Yes, for that, I'm just gonna get the gavel.
Us out of here?
Yep, adjourn the meeting. Good meeting, thank you.